All right, this is going to be a problem like numbers 9 through 18 in today's assignment, page 316. For all of these problems, you're given an x and a y value. Okay, some of them you're given a picture, and some of them you are not. But for all of them, you're given an x and y value. And the x value is just your distance in the x direction from the origin. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. Same with y. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. Okay, so you could get a point here, you could get a point here, you could get a point here, or you could get a point here. You could get a point in any of the 4 quadrants. Now, it does not matter where those points are. The first thing you're going to do is draw a triangle. So if my point is in the first quadrant like this, I'm going to start at the origin, draw my radius or my hypotenuse of my right triangle, and then I'm going to draw straight down towards the x-axis. Okay, if my point is in the 4th quadrant, again, draw your line from the origin, okay, and then draw your y value, in this case straight down from the x-axis. There is my right triangle. If I'm on the left side, if my x is negative, if I'm over here or over here, same thing. I'm going to first draw my radius or my hypotenuse, and then I will draw my y value straight down to my x. If I'm down here, I would draw my right triangle like this. Okay, so this is how you start all of these problems 9 through 18. Doesn't matter where you are. Okay, so let's do an example. Let's say I have a point. Okay, let's say this point is -6, 8. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot that point. Well, -6 in the x direction and 8 in the y direction. That would put me right here. Okay, about. Okay, again, I'm drawing an iPad, so you're going to have to bear with me. It's not always going to be perfect. All right, so now I'm going to draw my right triangle. Draw from the origin going out to it, straight down to the x-axis, and I should be going right to that line, but okay, doesn't matter much here. And there's my right triangle. My x value will be -6. My y value will be 8. Okay, so from here, I need to come up with the sine. Put it right below. The sine of the angle, the cosine of the angle, the tangent of the angle, and then the reciprocal functions. Okay, so this is a little bit different than some of the problems we were doing. Okay, my angle actually is out here, but for these problems you can just pretend, and it'll work just fine, that your angle is in sine. Okay, because these values will be the exact same for all 6 of these trig functions. As long as you draw your picture correctly, all these 6 trig functions will be the same for both of these angles. Okay? So I can use y over r, or I can use o over h for sine. So the y value over the r value, we don't know the r value yet. So we're going to have to use Pythagorean's theorem to find this hypotenuse or r value. We find that by taking 8 squared plus 6 squared. Okay, 64 plus 36 is 100. So I know this side up here is going to be 10. Alright, now I can find my sine value. Sine is y over r, opposite over adjacent of this angle, so it's going to be 8/10, which reduces to 4/5. Alright, cosine is x over r, or adjacent over hypotenuse, which will reduce, which will be -6/10 Okay, and reduce to negative 3/5. The tangent is y over x, opposite over adjacent. Okay, opposite over adjacent, the y value over the x value, both are going to be the same. 8 over negative 6, which reduces to negative 4/3. Okay, for all of these problems, you're supposed to find the 6 trig functions. If I have sine, cosecant is just going to be the reciprocal of that. If I have cosine, secant will be this reciprocal. And if I have tangent, cotangent will be this reciprocal. I hope this helps.